But are Kenyans poorer or richer now, 3 years later?
Again, it depends on who you ask and at what particular stage you ask them.
What is data telling you?
Are Kenyans poorer? Let me ask you that. Let me actually try and answer that question. To the many hustlers who could not borrow because they were listed in the CRB, they can tell you today they are much better than they were 3 years ago. Yeah? To Mama Mboga now, who had taken... Who, what?
Where are they borrowing?
My friend, you've not seen there's something called Hustler Fund. Really?
How much are they borrowing?
Oh, come on. It doesn't matter how much they are, as long as they are borrowing, but with less predatory practices. To me, the many stories I've had music to my ears. Do you know, you had people borrowing 100, not even 1,000 shillings, let's put it that way, 1,000, 2,000, but the interest that was put on that 1,000, if they didn't come square with the house at the end of the day, it was humongous. At the very least now you have people who are breathing space. And even that 5,000, if you didn't pay it, your name, CRB. All right? So at the very least, that environment...
That's what I'm asking.
That environment...
Do you have data?
That environment. There is data. There is data. I don't have it with me here, but there is data. So many young men and women today will collaborate.
You really don't like me asking questions, do you?
No, I like to ask questions. But sometimes it's not that I don't like you asking questions. What sometimes I find a little bit hazy is you ask me questions when you already know the answers. Because this is a topic...
No, I don't know the answers. I'm asking...
This is a topic we've talked
about. Can I finish the question?
You asked me... No, I'm still answering the question you asked.
No, just hold it.
Kenyans richer.
Just hold it.
The 500,000...
The question I'm asking is...
Let me just finish this and then the 500,000 Kenyans, nearly 400,000, let me be exact. 400,000 now heading to 500,000 Kenyans who have left this country heading to the labor mobility. Yeah? If you ask them that question, they'll tell you we are better off. To the farmer, who so many people when it came to...
Don't make it a moving target, because then we are not able to respond to the question. The question I wanted to ask you is this, on the Hustler Fund question.
You really don't want to answer.
Can I just ask the question? If you don't have an answer, it's okay to say I don't have an answer.
On the Hustler,
I am asking this. Do you know the impact of the Hustler Fund to the economy of Kenya?
I do know, yes. The impact is it has actually brought so many people to do business without predatory lending.
Okay. Do you have data showing that? The impact, to say that the contribution to GDP has been this?
Oh, no, that one I don't have.
Growth of businesses has been this?
No, I don't have. You don't have
it doesn't exist?
It does exist. It does exist.
Okay,
I can get
fine.
it to you.
Maybe when we find it, we'll have
it does exist.
A better conversation.
But allow me to finish that, because that data exists and I can get it to you.
Please do.
Right? It may not be on my fingertips, but I can get it to you. Secondly, we cannot say that it did not happen when we talk about the 400,000 young men and women who have left our shores to go and eke a living in other parts of the world. It is a great initiative. When you talk about the farmers today, 6.5 million farmers, who now we have on record, who would not access fertilizer because you had so many middlemen coming in the middle saying, no, they would hoard fertilizer. Today, when that season opens up, a text message comes and you know where to collect your fertilizer. So there are so many initiatives, my friend, that has been done that, the economy today, it's not even our local data supporting, the S&P Global. Now we are at a B rating. It just did not happen. We are not the 6th largest economy in Africa from number 8 because of doing nothing. So when you ask me, is Kenya doing better? Are we better off? Without a shred of doubt, we are.
Okay. Well, Kenya is a step ahead because Ethiopia devalued. What did they do? What is that word? What did they do to the economy?
Valuation of their currency?
Yes. But Diana, talk to us about how you see it, the economy. He says a lot of things are doing well, but what are you seeing from your side? What is it?
No, I can tell from her face. Sorry, we've done this several times.
Diana has never had anything good to say about this.
Sam, sure. I am right here.
Can I just hear from her?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
First is to say the fertilizer subsidy is working.
Wow.
I work with farmers. I work with farmers in very many counties. It works. Where it works, that cost of 2.5 is a reasonable cost, and it helps production. As to who accesses and whether it can be expanded, that's another debate. But that is working. This government, under this government, we must be grateful for the rains. I keep saying that because then production has also grown. But are Kenyans richer or poorer? First is the attack on people's incomes to raise more revenue for housing levy, for SHIF, income tax, the VAT on fuel. People's incomes have not grown. We are not doing COLA as much, cost of living adjustment for corporates, because it's a very tight space. So disposable incomes of Kenyans has gone lower. It would be very good if Kenyans were contributing more revenue and getting better services, not borrowing from Hustler. I'm aware 26 million Kenyans have borrowed Hustler Fund, including, shockingly, my mother.
I need to meet your mom.
How did she borrow? People went around, told her she's registering for SHIF, and then she gave her phone. She registered for SHIF, then somebody borrowed on her behalf 100,000 from Hustler Fund.
100,000?
And it was, yes, and it was diverted to a different account.
Wait,
No.
100,000?
Yes.
No, not possible.
You wait, so that you tell us about this Hustler Fund.
100,000?
Yes, we have followed up. This is a personal account. This is a wait.
No, let her finish.
Wait.
I mean, listen first, then you respond.
Okay.
Then they also borrowed, she never has Fuliza, she's a pensioner in the village and she farms. They borrowed all that. So there is capacity to borrow from Hustler Fund apparently. And certain people have irregular access, which is very worrying because ordinarily people start with very small amounts. Who are this? Should have been listed on CRB automatically because that's not her capacity. And she has no use for...
So did she receive the 100,000 shillings?
It was that we followed a whole investigation.
And it was directed to?
A different number. They are fraudsters. People need to tell the story.
Are these the agents of Shah who apparently came to assist her to register?
They were all con people who have access
to her number?
To Hustler.
Did they call her?
They had her phone.
How did they?
They
had her
visited
phone.
her.
Yes, and said we are enrolling people for Shah. Okay? My mother is a patriot like me. She was ready to enroll. But in the process of enrolling, somebody actually took money from what algorithms could have possibly been utilized. That's truly unfortunate and something that must be tightened completely. I hope they are not, and you know, that is similar to what was happening on these mobile apps for borrowing. Very many women were conned on that particular basis. It would be unfortunate. It is unfortunate that Hustler would have similar leaks. It is just something that must be addressed.
Okay.
Now, we work with women, and is borrowing easier currently? No, it is not yet easier. The 26 million who have accessed Hustler Fund, are there new startup businesses that we are seeing across the villages because of this? No.
Oh, really?
No, it is for survival, and it is wrong that Kenyans are borrowing for survival. Think about the medium enterprises, the people who would get into production, manufacturing. Those two sectors have been on the decline. These are the people who would create jobs in this particular country. We are seeing a capital heist. One of the things I am happy is that the interest rates are going down.
Yep.
Because government must stop borrowing very expensively. When government borrows very expensively, nobody else gets credit in this country. Agents from the banks no longer call me to use my pay slip so that I can borrow. Because they have to follow me up, I am employed on contract, they are not sure whether I'll be in employment tomorrow. But here is government that has been borrowing at 15, even 18% for treasury bills. So that reduction is a good thing, but we have not yet felt it. We have not yet felt it. Will they remain this consistent when we still have very, very sharp pressures for borrowing? We must pay 1.7 trillion in debt and debt interest this year, in addition to the 1.25 of salaries. 1.25 plus 1.7, 3 point?
It's almost 3.0.
3 point thereabout.
Yes.
The revenue that was collected last year is 2.5.
2.57.
So just for debt and salary, we already have a deficit of $500 million. We will borrow again. We are currently not under the IMF program. The World Bank has given us conditionalities. We are borrowing from bond markets across other continents, not at the most favorable of rates. So it is not yet, it's still gloomy. It's still very, very gloomy.
Yep.
I think the government needs to realize they are an austerity government. They found a mess, okay? They will have to be there, and they have to stay with austerity. As long as they imagine that they can be immediate prosperity, we are not yet on the recovery path.
And David, because if you look at the statistics, that's what I was asking for numbers from Gabriel here. The Control of Budgets report for the financial year 2024-2025, it came out last week, yes, it's actually last week. And it will show that in that year, the public debt payments were up to 1.59 trillion shillings, call it 1.6 trillion. Then there were the public debt as of June 2025, according to her figures, or that office's figures, is 11.7 trillion shillings. So we are growing because President Ruto came into the office at 8.7 trillion. So that's an additional, is it close to 4? If you had to look at the math. We're now borrowing more in the domestic market. The scales are tilting because the domestic debt is now at 54%. External is 46%. The desired target is 50-50, according to the medium-term debt management strategy. In the current financial year, the deficit is 923 billion shillings, likely to go up with supplementary budgets that will be coming. So even as we are told that at the international stage we're stabilizing, we're incurring more debt, and at the same time, Kenyans are paying more taxes, first of all, but then there's the SHIF, there's the affordable housing levy. All resources going to management by the government, but outside the consolidated fund. So what does that mean economically?
So, thanks, Sam.